It's visible, no? Okay. So in the last session, we have started the difference between financial accounting and cost accounting. Okay, and we have discussed two differences. Now there are still four differences left, and very easy differences are there. If you people have understood the difference, the main difference between financial accounting and cost accounting, then these four differences are not that difficult. Okay, again I'm explaining what is the main difference between financial accounting and cost accounting. See, financial accounting is something in which we record all the monetary transactions. So whatever transaction is taking place, whether we are selling anything to someone, that we record, whether we are buying something from someone, so that we will record, if we are buying any asset, that we will record, if we are actually borrowing something, kind of a loan, so that all we will record in financial accounting. So simply we can say that all the financial transactions are recorded that takes place in entire financial year, in one complete financial year. So that is financial accounting. But on the other hand, the cost accounting is the one in which we not only, we mainly focus on the amount we have incurred to prepare a particular product, so only that we record. It's not like that all the things we will record. Here we will record all the amount, all the cost we have incurred to prepare a particular thing, then it is called cost accounting. Here the main purpose of it to ascertain the cost, to estimate what exactly should be the cost of the product, and also to determine the price of the product, and to calculate the profit and all that. There are these important things which we actually for which we prepare the cost accounting. So the third difference is, so usually at the end, so financial accounting, just like I have mentioned, so where you are recording everything for entire year, but at the end you actually calculate how much is the asset liability. So for that you prepare balance sheet. So you calculate how much is the profit loss, you prepare P&L account. So in this way, but sometimes you can also calculate it half yearly, quarterly, but most of the time you will find that the companies prepare it at the end. But in case of cost accounting, it's not that. Okay, it's not like it must be prepared after 6 months, 4 months, 1 year. It's not like that, because it's a continuous process and the cost of the things are continuously changing, so you have to manage the thing. That's why they need to continue the process, and it must be prepared whenever it is required. Okay, see, it is whenever it is required, it is prepared. It's not like that at the end or after 6 months. Yes, yes, say. Okay, so the next difference is that it is engaged in classifying and recording all the financial transaction. Just like we have mentioned कि जितने भी transaction that will takes place in terms of money will be part of financial accounting. लेकिन यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है. Only that transaction that is related to cost and revenue will be part of cost accounting. Okay, and again the same, I think same thing is repeated. So only monetary transactions are recorded here. Not only monetary but non-monetary transactions are also recorded. In case of financial accounting, we have discussed that only that transaction which have some monetary value, we will record only that. The next difference is that it is followed by all type of concerns such as manufacturing, non-manufacturing, household, non-profit seeking, and all that. But mostly you will find that in case of manufacturing concerns, they actually prepared the cost sheet. Sorry, cost accounting. But for financial accounting, you will find that everywhere the financial accountings are prepared, but cost accounting is prepared only where they need to ascertain the cost, they need to fix the price, they need to estimate the profit, then only they prepare the cost. Otherwise, in most of the cases where no manufacturing units are there, the company is not engaged in this kind of activities, they do not prepare the, they do not maintain the cost, you know, cost accounting. Next thing. The next thing is, what are the points you need to consider before installing a costing system? So when you're thinking to install a costing system where you will estimate the cost, so what are the prerequisites? That means what are the points you need to consider before doing it? So the first point it is, consider the size, layout and nature of undertaking. It's so again, coming again, let's take the same example of project. Okay, so if we are preparing a project, so you have to firstly estimate how much topics are there. Okay, so for that, how much pages are required, so you will buy the project papers accordingly. Okay, so according to the guideline, can I use different colors of pen? If yes, then what colors of pen? Means most of the time you will find that red color you cannot use in projects. So you have to firstly see that what are the regulations, means what are the rules, and accordingly you will buy the different things. In the same way, when we are about to install a costing system, so we have to check many things. There are many things which we need to check, we need to consider before installing a proper costing system. So what is the first thing? The first thing is, you have to consider what is the size. What is the size of your manufacturing unit? What is the nature of understanding? What is the layout? You have to firstly consider all these things, and then accordingly you have to install a costing system, that kind of costing system which is appropriate for your unit. Then the next thing is, what is the production nature? Means method and stages. Means the product you are about to manufacture, what is the nature of that product? Okay, if it is a kind of very dangerous product, okay, just like in, there are many companies which deals with, chemicals. So you have to take the measures, you have to take the safety measures for the safety of the employees. So in this way you have to understand, you have to see that what is the nature of the production and how many methods are there. So the best suitable method you will choose. See, for cookies there are different methods, and not only cookies, there are different products for which different types of methods are there and different stages are there. So you have to decide what method you are going to use. So you have to decide all these things. The next thing is the activities. What should be the activities in your organization? That means if you're going to set up a manufacturing unit, you are going to install a costing system, then what should be the activities? For example, if you have it's a sugar manufacturing company or sugar refinery, then it does not need advertising the product. Okay, but if it is something which need to be advertised, so there must be a particular center for advertising, there must be some people who will be responsible for that. So you have to understand what should be the activities and the different departments and their work. What should be the different departments? It's kind of same. So what should be the different departments in your unit and how they will work? Means what should be their responsibilities? What are the responsibilities assigned to different departments? So firstly you have to understand all these things, and once you will decide all these things, you will then you will install the costing system accordingly. The next thing is cost unit. It is just like any other unit. You know what? just like when we measure the length. Okay, so we measure the length in maybe meter. Then we measure the distance, we measure it in kilometers. When we measure any liquid item, so we measure it in liters. So in same way, whatever thing you are producing, you have to estimate the cost per unit, just like cost per kilometer, cost per liter. For example, when I'm baking cookies, so cost per cookies. Okay, now I have an oil refinery, so what should be the cost per liter? Understood? So this is called cost unit. It may be defined as unit of the product or service. The next thing is, only 2 3 things are left, don't worry. Next thing is composite or compound cost center. See, tell me how we actually calculate the measure the speed. We say this much kilometer per hour. Understood? So it is a combination of two units. In the same way, when we measure the cost of anything, not by a single unit, but by the combination of different units, then it is called compound cost unit or composite cost unit. Just here, see the example is given kilowatt hour. Okay, if we are measuring something in this way, it is a combination of 2 3 units, and we are measuring it in this way, so this is called composite cost unit. Next is profit center. Not that important. This cost unit, compound cost unit, profit center, these are not that important. Still, since it is a part of your syllabus, so we need to understand it. So what is profit center? So what happens, see, cost center is responsible for a particular kind of activity. Okay, now the profit center is the one who is responsible for maximizing the profit. So what profit center do, it actually uh, you know try to maximize the profit. Now tell me how the profit can be maximized. There are two ways, either to reduce the cost or to increase the price. So if the price of one packet of cookies is rupees 100, and sorry, cost of it is rupees 100, and they are selling it in the market for rupees 110, so ultimately their profit is rupees 10. So how they can increase the profit? There are two ways. Either they will increase the price. If they will increase the price from 110 to 115, so their profit will be increased to rupees 15. And there is another way, that is to reduce the cost. So if they will reduce the cost to 95 rupees, so they will again get a profit of rupees 15. So there are two ways, but the second way is good one. The first way is quite uh, you know it is quite it is not acceptable. The reason is, if there are different kind of cookies available in the market, and if I'll increase the price, so maybe customer will switch to other products, because they are getting same kind of cookies for rupees 110. So why they will buy my cookies for 115 rupees? Why they will pay 5 rupees extra? Understood? So what profit center do? Profit center try to minimize, try to cut down the cost, and try to maximize the profit. So here its main objective is to maximize the profit. So those who are responsible for that, for maximizing the profit, is called profit center. And cost center is for different activities. A proper center is prepared, and a particular person is responsible to maintain that cost center, and their main aim is to maintain a cost. Okay, so to maintain the cost and also to minimize it. So what is the difference between it? I think, yes. So the difference between cost center and profit center. See, the cost centers are usually smaller units. Okay, but the profit center is a larger segment as compared to the cost center, because they are responsible to manage the revenue which they are getting from sale, and the expenses they are incurring to produce the product. So they have to check a lot of things as compared to the person responsible for a particular center, cost center. So that's why it's a quite big, quite laborious activity as compared to cost centers. Next is cost centers are created for accounting convenience of cost. So if we want to prepare a particular cost center just for those who are procuring the raw material, if I want to prepare this cost center, I can make a cost center. Now I want to make another cost center who are responsible for managing the raw material. So in this way, the number of cost centers I can make, and that depends on me, that is on my convenience, ki how much cost centers I want to prepare. But in case of this profit centers, it is not like that. Okay, it is a very big responsibility given to a particular person. This one is not autonomous. That means it's not autonomous. One need to those the managers and all that, they prepare different centers, but profit center is autonomous. Next is the cost center does not have target cost but effort to minimize it. So they do not have a target, just like ki we have to do it within this much. It's not like that. Their main aim is to minimize the cost. So that they means they actually try the different ways to cut down the cost. But the profit center, they are given the responsibility that we have a target of earning 10% profit this year. So the profit center has a huge responsibility of managing it. They has a huge responsibility of you know uh, maximizing the profit. So the last question, last point, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग. व्हाट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स? सो जो हम लोग ये कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग, वी हैव डिस्कस्ड व्हाट इज कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग. सो व्हाट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, व्हाई वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग द कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग, व्हाट इज द बेसिक नीड ऑफ इट? So the first thing is cost ascertainment. So if we are preparing a cost accounting, we will be able to ascertain the cost of different things. Means how much cost we have incurred on raw material, how much cost we have incurred for laborers, how much cost we have incurred for advertising, for selling the products. So in this way we can easily ascertain how much cost we have incurred for different things. That's why we make a cost accounting. Next is cost estimation. See, cost estimation and cost ascertaining is quite different. So cost ascertainment means when you have a proper data, you know this much we have incurred. So when you are only calculating, when you are only segregating the cost according to different activities and calculating it, then it is called cost ascertainment. When cost estimation means nothing is done yet, no activity is taken place, but you are estimating in advance the cost of something. What should be the cost of raw materials, what should be the cost of laborers, how much we can pay, how much is our ability to pay to the laborers. So you have to search for these kind of laborers who can work for you at a lower rate. So this is called cost estimation. Cost estimation is a thing which is done before any activities happened. Okay. The next objective of cost accounting is to fix a price. Okay, to fix a price. So when we calculate the cost, we actually fix the price. What should be the price? This is a very crucial decision a company need to take, because if see, if we are selling our product and only 2 rupees, okay, if there is difference of only 2 rupees, maybe people switch to other products. Understood. Maybe people switch to other brands. So that's why price fixation is a very, very crucial task. And this is done on the basis of cost accounting with the help of cost accounting. So when we prepare, we know that this much is the cost we have incurred and this much is the profit we want. So they actually fix the price, but this price is also fixed keeping in mind the price of the competitors. Okay. Cost control. So when we are aware that yes, this much cost we have incurred for this sectors, so if you have this particular data, so this will help you to cut down the cost. For example, if we have incurred 30 rupees for raw materials, so next time I will bargain with the dealers. Okay, or maybe I will change the dealer so that I can get the raw materials maybe for 25 rupees. Understood. So in this way, if we have a proper calculation, proper data, then we can easily control the cost. And when we have everything, we can prepare a cost statement. See, cost sheet, in the next class we will discuss what is cost sheet. So that time you will see that there are different segments we have created, and accordingly we insert the amount. So to prepare the cost statement, it is very important to know the different cost. And finally, if there is anyone to whom we are accountable, if there is my boss or someone to whom I am accountable, so if we have prepared the cost accounting, we can easily report. So these are some objectives of cost accounting, and the most important objective are these four. Okay, first four are important objectives, otherwise these two are not that important still. So we have discussed 15 points. Okay, and in the next class we will discuss the cost sheet, and there is a cost sheet statement. So first we will discuss the cost sheet statement. We will try to learn the cost sheet, the statement, and then we will understand different things. Okay.